All right, hello, good morning, good evening, and good night. I hope you guys are doing absolutely fantastic because today, as YMAX continues to grow, we continue to search for more and more opportunities. So in today's video, just like the last, we're going to be going over now 4 more Yieldmax investments, which I believe have the potential for great price returns. We're going to be looking at 4 Yieldmax ETFs today. Hopefully you guys do enjoy this video. I'm going to go over basically the stock price chart history of the underlying, the Yieldmax ETF, and as well the financials of each company to secure, okay, are these potentially good investments? And what I want to talk about in this video is just going over all 4 of these. I want to show you guys why I believe they are opportunities. Do I believe they're the absolute best opportunities? Maybe yes, maybe no. But do I think they're better than currently buying YMAX? Potentially, because YMAX has been trending up like crazy. You can see been going up percents in the past couple of days. It's an ETF which normally trades about 1% or under, and you can see even after hours here we're up over 1.04%. And you could see that YMAX has actually trended better than the S&P 500. You can see up 2.04% and YMAX up 4.14% while paying out 40% in terms of dividends. So that is awesome to see. And what's also awesome to see is we are to 6,249 subscribers, 323 subscribers in the past 28 days. I appreciate to everyone who subscribed. We just got another subscriber in the past couple of minutes. So thank you to everyone who subscribed. And nonetheless, let's get into this video. So the 4 Yieldmax ETFs that we're looking at today. First, we're starting off with AMDY with a 91, almost 92% dividend yield, give or take. It is definitely a contender for one of the highest dividend yields on the overall market. And why I believe that there's an opportunity in AMDY is just kind of looking at the overall share price. Definitely has some room to grow as it's kind of entering a low period here at about $130 or so. That's kind of a support level for the stock. And so when it reaches these levels, if it decides to rebound off of them, we're going to see some of a positive movement within the Yieldmax ETF, which is AMDY. And I put AMDY in this because as well, they are a company that has grown very significantly over the past few years. So it's awesome to see a growing company. That's what we want because, of course, these are underlying. This is an underlying company that we're potentially invested in the price returns of whenever we're buying the Yieldmax version. We want the underlying company to be making money. You could see here, just to kind of be super upfront, look at this. The operating income has actually reduced here, which I have noticed. We see here that although the gross profit has increased, so has the operating expense. So it looks like as they have increased their revenues on the business, so has the operating expense. To this, I'm absolutely not sure what that is, but I just kind of wanted to show you guys here that they were at a potential price point about $225. So currently down $100 off of their highs, and they're approaching the support level. I think over the year's time frame, if we go out to even the 5-year time frame, they do have the potential to decrease in value. So this is a risk that you do take with AMDY, but if it is able to increase, you're definitely looking at some pretty good gains in the Yieldmax ETF. If this has the potential to increase to levels such as $175 or $225. Our next Yieldmax ETF that I do see some kind of potential is SNOWY, which is the Yieldmax Snow Option Income Strategy ETF, a kind of a smaller dividend yield here at 33.8%. When would the day come that you're like 33% is a small dividend yield? But you could see fairly consistent. It was actually paying much higher dividends prior to the last 2 dividends that it paid out. But let's see what we see for SNOWY, because this was a Yieldmax ETF that was actually trading sideways to down to flat for the majority of its time frame. And you could see here that SNOW has had a pretty decent bump up in the past really like couple weeks or so. You can see here trading from a $110 stock all the way up to a $170 stock at the current time being. And for this long-term price chart, we look out here, they are hitting a huge resistance level right here where the price has pretty much remained no higher than this 175 level over the past little while. So if they're able to break through this point, you could see as high as $225, or potentially we have $300 here, and we also have $400. So there is a lot of price potential to grow in the underlying. And once again, have to look at the underlying financials. Total revenue is growing fantastic. We look at the operating income operating income is actually going negative. So this is something that's actually, this is tripping me out a little bit now. You know what, that I'm seeing this. Maybe I was only paying attention to the total revenue. Snowy, there's potential on the price chart, but you have to look at the underlying company too. Now this is actually tripping me out. Am I really true with the title of this video? Is Snowy really a good opportunity? I'm not sure anymore, to be absolutely certain with you, because you know what, I see this now. Sure, there's a lot of opportunity in the price chart, but you have to look at the underlying business and the fact that it continues to lose more and more money. We could look at I would say the balance sheet is a good kind of position to look here to see how much cash they have saved up. Look at their total assets, $8 billion versus their total liabilities, $3 billion. You can see their total debt. They don't really have much debt, which is fantastic. But of course, you need a business which is cash flow positive. And let's see what they're doing on their free cash flow here. Okay, their free cash flow is growing, which I love to see. That is awesome. And their operational cash flow, funny enough, it was negative in their income statement. So this is weird to see that it's positive in their operations. Maybe this is what I seen prior. So definitely do your own research on Snowy, but I do think that with the current price chart, there is opportunity there. Going to our next one, we have ABNY. Hopefully this is going to be a better one, a more solid one. We see a 70% dividend yield, which is a fantastic dividend yield to begin with. We see their stock price for their Yieldmax ETF has been beaten down quite a bit. We can see Airbnb has kind of been like up and down over the past 5 years, but I do believe it's a pretty strong business. It's growing fairly well in terms of both their total revenue and this time in terms of their operating income, which is awesome to see. But I do believe that Airbnb could be a potentially pretty decent long-term play, $85 billion market cap. And I don't believe they're at their highs by any means. They're $137 at their current price point, and they have highs as much as $200. Their chart continues to trend up. It looks like they have had a swift downtrend in the last little while, which could present a opportunity in the Yieldmax ETF. The last but not least, SMCY for the potential Yieldmax opportunity with close to 100% dividend yield, 97, basically 98% yield. SMCY actually started as a $50 Yieldmax ETF. It is now trading at $30. Why is this? It's because the underlying company, SMCI, had a huge downtrend over the past 6 months. You can see here, and it's been downtrending for the majority of its time. Now, why do I say it's a potential? It has a potential to be a great Yieldmax ETF is because they're currently sitting at this support level here, and they've bounced very strong off of this support, currently kind of sitting at that level. You can see here up until this point they were trading relatively flat. Maybe they might continue to trade flat and hold at this resistance point and potentially trend up. All I know is there's a lot of momentum in the stock. You see going up 11% on the daily and currently 6% after hours. So it's a stock that currently has a lot of movement involved, which could potentially play to the up or downside. It totally depends where it goes, but SMCY is one that I wanted to bring to your attention as well. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, we're up to 6,249 subscribers. These were 4 Yieldmax ETFs with the potential to grow higher in the future, in my opinion. Of course, watch our other video as well where we explain 3, which I really strongly believed had the potential to increase in both dividends and capital appreciation. If you guys enjoyed this video, you guys know what to do. I hope to see you guys in the next video. I hope you enjoyed, and please do take care till next.